Tonight is the second overdose vigil here in Wilmington that we basically created and held to support the families that have lost somebody to an overdose. We were very lucky this year to have our new substance abuse coordinator, Samantha, who was very detail-oriented and pulled everything together very quickly.
So as the Director of Nursing Services, I'm also a member of the Wilmington Substance Abuse Coalition and the School District Wellness Council. So I'm connected in that manner.
So I got involved in this second annual vigil primarily because of my role as the substance abuse coordinator. I was asked to do the PowerPoint, and then kind of everything else just fell into place.
So I am the president of Club WHS, and my club advisor, Miss Desberg, is close with Miss Crow, and she had asked me, she said, could you get a couple volunteers together? And I said, absolutely, of course I can. So I got some people together, and we're here now. A couple of them are showing up now as we speak, and it's going well.
So events like this, you know, vigils, other town events that bring people together around substance abuse, around mental health, help to raise awareness, help to, you know, destigmatize things, help to normalize, and so people don't feel alone. You know, no one should have to go through things like this alone, and there's tons of other people who are going through similar stuff, and this is just such a great and beautiful platform to join together as a community and remind each other that we're always here for each other. And you know, there's always going to be stuff going on, but if we can do it as a community, we can at least try to get it a little better than it was.
My family knows my mom's cousin. He passed away years ago from a crack overdose, and it was very sad for our family to hear. It was a while ago, and I was just a baby, but we loved him dearly, and we've been, you know, very aware that this is a growing problem that needs to be, you know, people need to know about it. So raising awareness like this is really good. This is wonderful.
While there's an obvious opioid epidemic, and lots of young lives are being lost to that, and we need to get the word out and remove the stigma and make people aware and educated about the problem.
It raises awareness for people that have suffered from it, and it'll help people come together to...
Well, when you lose somebody to this type of thing, to an overdose, to substance abuse, there's a lot of shame attached to it. The grief is very complex. You don't feel comfortable talking about it with people. It kind of gets pushed to the side, and your grieving process is worse because of it. You don't feel the right to grieve, and we do have the right to grieve. We lost a child. There's nothing worse than that.
Candles are over there at the table. Feel free to grab a candle. People get ready. Here's a train coming. Don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith. Hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. Yeah, getting ready. Oh, people getting ready. Oh, people get ready. There's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board them. There's hope for all.
misunderstood. Same stand for nothing, no way we ever could. See everything that's going on in the world knows we need it. Feel like we don't have a need to rise above the fear. That's why we're waiting on the world to change. Oh, waiting on the world to change. Getting ready, people getting ready, people getting ready. If we have the power, no, bring our neighbors home home. Never miss Christmas, no ribbon on the door. See the television, what you get is what you got. Don't need information, no, you can bend it all you want. It's why we're waiting, people getting ready, yeah, people getting ready. Change. People getting ready, people getting ready, waiting on the world to change. There ain't no hope for the homeless sinner who would hurt all kind, just save his own. Pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There is no outlays against the kingdom's throne. People get ready, people get ready, people get ready. There's a train coming, waiting on the world to change. Thank you. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Oh yeah, someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds far behind me, where true love's like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, or somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream too. Why, oh why can't I? Oh, someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere that you dare to write. Oh, why can't I? Oh, thank you. The song brings me back to my childhood. It really does. All right.
Sam's giving me the look over there.
Sam's keeping us all together for us tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for coming out. Can we hear it for our band? So my name is Samantha Reef. I am the substance abuse mental health coordinator here in the police department. I'm a civilian. And I've had the pleasure of working with a great team of people to put on this vigil this year. Can you guys all warmly welcome Assistant Pastor Kim Gold, who's going to lead us in a prayer.
Let us turn our hearts to the God that we know and love, that we know that He loves us. Gracious and loving God, provider and maker of all things, we know that you are with us here tonight, here in our places that may be painful, in some places that we carry memories, and in some places where we carry hope. Lord, we know that you know that there are people that we love that are struggling, people that we love that we have lost. Be with us here tonight as we honor those who are no longer with us, and be with us as we take on the mantle and the fight to end this scourge that has taken so many lives so soon in their young lives. Enter this place, be with us tonight, and affect us as we go from here. And not just us here present, but all those in Wilmington and our surrounding towns, that we can impact them for your good. Because we know that you have given us life, and you meant for us to live it joyfully and abundantly. Take away and help us prevent those things that are standing in the way of that design. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer. If you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth, and that a hero lies in you. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth, and that a hero lies in you.
This time, Chief Pagonis is going to say a few words for us.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me here. I guess as the police chief and a member of the Wilmington Public Safety Division, we have the distinctive job of tallying the totals and going to the homes of folks that we've lost. It impacts us dearly, and it's changed the way we see things from a more sympathetic perspective, and in trying to engage the community, engage the families, engage everybody. We have a coalition in town that is responsible for setting this up. It's comprised of department heads from the town as well as residents, and they're all dear, wonderful people who care deeply about this issue. And we do a little thing on Twitter every now and then. It's a Did You Know segment. And I guess that the stats I'll read to you now, you don't need to know because you probably already know this. It's impacted you. But I'm hoping that people that watch this vigil really listen to what we have to say. And there's some really troubling statistics, and there was some mentioned in a meeting last week, and some folks said, well, I didn't know that. But Perth just released this the other day. In 2016, opiate overdose deaths overtook the 1991, which is the highest year on record for homicide in the United States. Overdose deaths in 2016 exceeded all motor vehicle deaths in the peak year of 1972. That's before airbags, seat belts, or government agencies that really talked about driving safety. More poignant, overdose deaths just last year overtook all HIV-related deaths in 1995. One of the craziest ones I saw was just last year in 2016. Opiate overdose deaths overtook all of the soldiers we lost in the entire Vietnam War. And I suggest that there's been a lot of conversation back and forth in recent days about what's right, what's wrong. I'm not here to debate that. Everybody has their opinion. What I'm here to say is, and I don't need to say this to you, this is words to the folks that aren't here. We got to figure this out. We've got to get together. We've got to work from a grassroots level. We've got to be there with the families at the very beginning. We have to follow it through. And all I can say is, who's responsible for that? We are as a community. We are as a public safety division. We are as a government agency. We need to step up the pace and figure this out. I said last week, this is only the tip of the iceberg. This is going to get much worse than what it is today. And I tell you that because that's what's going to happen. That's all the trends. That's all the studies tell us that we are just at the surface of this. This is a problem that we as a community need to address. Every community needs to address it. We need to change the way we raise our children, how we talk to them. This is from the very lowest level to reduce this epidemic, to make it move backwards. I'm blessed to have a great police department. I'm blessed to have great partners in the government agencies in Wilmington. I'm blessed to have Samantha on board with us. I'm blessed to have all the people that are involved in our coalition. But I can tell you right now, we need to work harder. We need to do more. We need to be in your house helping you with the struggles you have every day. As I said last year, this is a family disease. No one that experiences this, lives through this, survives this without an impact, without some type of trauma that they've experienced in the process. And I'm telling you, as a police department, as public safety, we're here to help you, not to hurt you. Reach out to us. Let us help you. We've taken a whole different tack. There's a paradigm shift on how we address things. I can only speak on behalf of the police department. I guess at the end of the day, words mean nothing if you don't show actions. I think we're doing that. I think we continue to do that. If you have suggestions, questions, problems, issues, please reach out to us. We're here to listen. We're here to help. We're here to do everything we can. We recognize that this is at the magnitude of this. We clearly understand it. But I'm here to tell you that this coalition and me and the Public Safety Division cannot do it by ourselves. So I know this message doesn't go to each and every one of you because you've had experiences in your life that you clearly understand. This message is for everyone else that's not here tonight and should be here tonight, standing with you and with us, because these are all of our kids. They're all of our brothers, all of our sisters, and all of our family. So from the bottom of my heart, as long as I have a breath, I will be there for you. Thank you very much.
This is a story that I have never told. I'll get this off my chest to let it go. I need to take back the light inside you stole. You're a criminal, and you feel like you're a pro. All the pain and the truth I wear like a battle wound. So ashamed, so confused, I was broken and bruised. Now I'm a warrior, I got thicker skin. I'm a warrior, I'm stronger than I've ever been, and my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. I'm a warrior. You can never hurt me again. Out of the ashes, I'm burning like a fire. You can save your apologies. You're nothing but a liar. I got shame, I've got scars that I will never show. I'm a survivor in more ways than you know. All the pain and the truth I wear like a battle wound. So ashamed, so confused, I was broken and bruised. Now I'm a warrior, I got thicker skin.
Next, we have the privilege of listening to Mark Landers speak about his story and kind of his journey into recovery.
Good evening, folks. How are we doing tonight? My name is Mark Landers, and I'm a grateful recovered addict. I want to first start off by giving my condolences to all the families out there who have lost people to this disease. It's a horrible deal we have to deal with right now. It's crushes my heart to have to be up here, but I'm glad I'm up here tonight. I'm proud to be up here tonight, to be able to give a little hope, a little bit of recovery talk to you. I'll start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Stone and Wakefield area. I moved up to New Hampshire, Derry, New Hampshire, when I was about 12 years old. And I can't say that I was, a troubled kid. I came from a great family who did nothing but support me. They were, they had me in sports my whole life. I had a great life. I didn't have a lot of trouble, and that's not the situation for everyone. I understand that, but I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from. What happened with me is I started off, hanging out with the wrong crowd, trying to impress older kids that I hung out with, and I did that for a long time. I always hung out with the older guys. I always, I wanted to be center of attention. I wanted to, be known, and that got me into drugs. At a young age, I started smoking pot, drinking alcohol and whatnot in high school. It just progressed from there. I worked on Lansdowne Street in Boston. I got into the club scene for a while, and things got a little more difficult for me. At this point, I already had gone to a couple of detoxes, a couple of rehabs, and it didn't mean much to me. I brushed them off. I just thought I was doing it to please other people, to please my family, to please, the courts, whatever was involved at that time. And it progressed drastically. It went from that, I got into opiates at age 25, I'd say, and that was where I fell in love. That was my drug of choice, and it took me to places that I don't even want to really discuss. I mean, it's embarrassing, the places it took me. I lost many friends throughout this time. I lost my best friend of 20 years. I lost a lot of friends due to this disease. And, I ended up going, I'd say, probably 50 detoxes. I'm not even sure, I lost count. I've gone through numerous recovery programs, halfway houses, sober houses, and I never wanted it. I did what I had to do, to get back on my feet for a little while so that I could just go on to another run. And I always had that in the back of my head. I knew that I didn't want it, And this disease took me down so hard at the end. I was an IV drug user. I was into heroin, and where it took me was I was overdosing the last month or two, on a weekly basis. I'm lucky to be standing up here tonight. It's a miracle in itself. But anyways, it took me to homeless. I was homeless for a few weeks anyway. I was living in Lawrence in a tent, and that's so not me. That's not how I was brought up. That's not how I was raised. I have more dreams. I have more goals than that. But drug use got in the way of that. And I hit my bottom probably 3-4 months ago. I was living in a tent, homeless. I just got my leg mauled by a dog, and I was out getting my last bag of dope, and I just wanted to die at this point. You know, I didn't want to live anymore. I had nothing left in me, you know, and my mother recommended that I go to a treatment for the young teen time, and I was at a point where it was either go into treatment and try to actually get this for the first time and get involved and, you know, save my life or end my life. You know, that's where I was at. And I ended up going to a sober house 3 months ago. I went to the dean's house, and I started working steps. And you know, I'm not knocking any medications or anything. I understand that people have to do what they have to get by, to get sober, but it's just a temporary solution, I believe. You know, it's something that can help you out for a brief period of time, but if you're a real addict or an alcoholic, the only solution is 12-step, I believe, very much. It saved my life. You know, I went through this process, and it's miraculous that I'm actually standing up here tonight. I can't say enough about it. You know, I had this physical addiction that I couldn't get rid of, and I went through this process. I did my 1, 2, and 3 step, which is basically giving your life and your will over to the care of God. And it's not a God that, you know, that it can be any God. It can be a power greater than yourself, something that you can believe in, and know that just know that there's something else out there that's greater than you. And I went in, you know, with both feet. I needed this. I needed to do this for myself. I needed to do this for my family. And I couldn't see myself where I was anymore, you know, and I have goals, you know, I want a life. So I went through this process, and you know, after you go through your steps, your remaining three steps anyway are to help others, and that's what I'm basing my life around now. I believe that that's the ultimate answer. It's helped me miraculously. I've gone through, you know, many occasions where I've helped people get into detoxes, or I am just being there for people, being there for your family, letting your mother actually sleep at night and not have to, you know, my poor mother and father, and my sisters, all my family, I mean, but my family, my parents in particular, you know, they haven't slept a good night in 20 years since I've been using, and you know, just to hear my family on the other line when I call now and be proud of me, you know, I haven't had that ever in my life, you know, and I'm so glad that I finally have this in my life. I'm getting a little choked up, sorry, but anyways, I just want to let you know that there is hope out there. There is an answer. There is a solution. It takes a little work. Not much though, not what you'll think. I mean, if you just give this process, if you go into it full force and you just give it your all, there's no way you're not going to recover. I mean, you could not pay me $1 million to put a needle in my arm again, you know. And I say that today because I'm doing this process. Thank you. I'm happy where I'm at. I have great guys in the house with me. You know, I'm still in the house, and I don't even want to leave. I mean, when I first got there, it was like, I didn't want to be there at all, and now it's like I don't want to leave there, you know, because I have great support, you know. It's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling to actually know that you have a life ahead of you, and my future goal is to actually open a sober house, because we need more of them here. We need more support from the town. We need more support from his families. We need more support from everyone, you know, and I think tonight is a great start. I think this is a great way to celebrate and a great way to get people together. I mean, this is something that's so well needed. We need more of it in our lives. I just want to say God bless everyone, and thank you for letting me speak tonight. My name is Mark Landers.
the refuge from it all this time that we have together is our shelter from the rain. I will share the weight you carry. Let me be your sanctuary. We have weathered through the storms, taking comfort in each other's arms. When the dark clouds come again, I will lift you up and take you in. Let me be a sanctuary. Let me be a safe place to fall. I can take away your worries, the refuge from it all. Oh, this time that we have together is our shelter from the rain. I will share this weight you carry. Let me be your sanctuary. I will share this weight you carry. Let me be your sanctuary.
Next, we have the opportunity to hear two parents who have lost their loved ones, their children, to overdose. First, we will hear from Mary Giroux, followed by Stephen Goodell.
Short people problems. I just want to start out by saying thanks so much to everyone here that came out tonight. It means so much to me, my family, and to all the families that have suffered this incredible loss and have to live with it every single day of our lives. It means so much to see you all here. Thanks to the Wilmington Substance Abuse Committee for always being on board with every great idea and supporting this town and this problem. We are so lucky to have them. Chief Pagonis, your words went, straight to my heart. Thank you so much. You are 100% correct. This is overwhelming right now, this epidemic, and we need all the help we can get and all the loving support and compassion that everyone needs to pull out of their hearts, because you can't help people if you're judging them. So we need to keep going with the work that we're doing here so that nobody else has to go through what we have all been through. I used to love the month of October. It's me and my daughter Ryan's birthdays. It's always beautiful weather, as you can see from tonight. Now it carries with it the agony of October 24th, 2 days after my birthday, when my son Joshua, age 24, died of an overdose. So every year I both love it and hate it at the same time. He was a wonderful kid, just like everybody's, smart, funny, good in school, loved music. He could dance like a Backstreet Boy. He was very, very handsome. He just got pulled into something that he wasn't prepared for and could not seem to get himself out of it. And we all have to live with his loss every day, every year. I said the other day, I don't know how I'm gonna do this the rest of my life, knowing that he's not here. And I know a lot of you feel the same way. But the thing that's helped me the most is being around other parents like you who have suffered the same kind of loss that I have. because we understand each other and we hold each other up. And I'm so grateful to all of you. The other thing that helps is getting active and fighting this fight. Because I don't like ripping open this wound over and over, but I know how important it is to keep going and keep fighting because people are still dying, and that's just not acceptable to me in any way, shape, or form. It shouldn't be acceptable to anybody. Those numbers that Chief Pagonis was sharing were staggering, and people still don't fully get it. Well, I'm telling you right now, right here, they're gonna get it, because I'm gonna keep at it until they do. But I want to tell all you parents everything that I've had to tell myself over the last 4 years so I could get out of bed in the morning. This wasn't your fault. This really wasn't your fault. You couldn't have loved them more, parented them more, said the right things, called the right people, went to the right detox. Josh went to 6 of them. This was bigger than you and I. It was bigger than our children. And 4 years ago, they didn't have half the things that they have today. So stop blaming yourselves, because they wouldn't want you to do that. I know that for sure. I want you to love yourself as much as they loved you. And give yourself some peace with this. And if you need to call somebody, or if you need to talk about this, reach out. Don't isolate yourself. Get out there, look people in the eye. Is grief ugly? Yes, grief is very ugly and painful. But we all understand. Don't do it alone. You don't have to. So thanks again, everybody, for being here tonight, and thanks to this beautiful band behind me who donates their time. Everyone that came, that worked so hard on this, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening. This is a hard act to follow with everything Mary said, because our son was just like her son in many ways. What I'd like to read is what Robbie wrote to himself while he was in Florida in recovery for 4 months. He wrote a letter to himself that he then mailed back to Tewksbury, Mass. Well, first of all, my son was Robbie Goodell. He died October 19th, 2015. It was almost 2 years. He was a great kid, and this is what he wrote to himself. Dear Robbie, thanks once again for effing up. You've destroyed your life. You've destroyed your body, your life, and your family. You let something so small ruin everything good you had. You blocked out all the people who loved you and cared for you. You let your addiction control your life, and you let everything you cared about go. You did a lot of scummy S-word to your family that I never thought you would do. I'm glad I'm better now. Love, Robbie. So, this has affected a lot of people, this disease. 'Cause I know we're supposed to talk about us, but I'm going to talk about other people besides us. Besides the moms and the dads and the grandmothers and grandfathers. There's also brothers and sisters who lost someone. There's aunts and uncles who lost someone. There's cousins who lost someone. There's friends who lost someone. There's teachers and coaches who lost someone. There's co-workers who lost someone. The police, the firemen and women, the EMTs, the doctors and nurses, they deal with this on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times. This disease affects everyone. It affects the community. I can go on, making more names up for other people that, this affects. This affects everyone. I don't know what else to say. Short and sweet. Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. It's been such a sweet and healing night. And this song I'm going to sing, my name's Renee Marcoux, I'm a Wilmington native. And the song I'm going to sing is called Long Way From Home, that I wrote for my friend Tim Brady, who I actually wrote for him 10 years ago, and he lost his life to an overdose last night. So I remade this song for him in the new light, and I hope that you can find healing and compassion in the song for yourself.
I'm reminded every time I close my eyes and see your face. You could always keep me smiling. Our memories never erase. Over time, I knew the distance between us grew. Even in the pictures, I'd see you start to fade. I catch myself daydreaming of when we were close. Summertime bike rides, we were young and free. I miss the smiles, the tears, and the laughs we had the most. Oh, never fade away. Things started to change as we grew older. You thought you had me, wanted to run away, just up and disappear when nobody knew your name. Somebody knew all alone, but nobody will want when you get cold, oh baby. Here to remind you, you're a long, long way from home. Now you are all the light inside. I can see the person that you were every time I close my eyes. I can't help but miss someone driving up still a way to get through to you. I just don't know anymore. I catch myself daydreaming of when we were close. Summertime bike rides, we were young and free. I miss the smiles, the tears, and the laughs we had the most. Oh, never fade away, but things started to change. Handmade, wanted to run away, just up and disappear when nobody knew your name. Imagine you alone when nobody knows when you get cold, oh baby. Here to remind you, you're a long, long way from home.
Michael Woodbury. David Sweet. Kelly Johnson. Sean Happy. Kyle Wynn. Alex Mangoya. Nathan Allen Regan. Scott Rand. Scott Curtis Ferreira. Corey James Marrow.
Darian Castro Sanford. Samantha Lee McGrath. Carlene Sears. Robbie Goodell. Ashley Erin Higson. Jonathan Benoit. Michael Colby. Megan Elizabeth Mogi. Cassandra Cece Maroney. James J. Rapucci.
Mark Walsh. Stephanie Jesse. Scott Pisano. Justin Merriman. Dylan Dwyer. Rachel Carr. Patrick K. Fullerton Jr. Stephen Ducette. Michael Kenny. Douglas B. Clark Jr. Quinlan Junta. Melissa Rand.
Jen Finn. Christina Kukla.
Brian Wallace. Paul P. Meehan Jr. Joseph Rapucci. Tarek Buddha. Kelsey Grace Endicott. Timmy Bennett. Stephen J. Tessie. Derek M. Delisle.
Joshua Giroux. Ashley Cohen. Victor Moki. John Trickett. Rebecca Clifford. Brian Schwab. Kerry Powers. Joseph Ronan. Stephen Sample. Michael Eddy.
John J. Fioramonti. Alicia DeMarco and her newborn daughter, Ariana DeMarco. Christopher Clark. Jonathan Woodbury. Dean Anthony Dones Jr. Tim Brady. Van Michael Fitzgerald. Ryan McSweeney. Bo Crocker. Joey Papa. And Alexander Brzezinski.
I think even one name in that list is too many.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, He is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloud, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be.
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight to celebrate our loved ones' lives and remember them. Thank you for continuing to be advocates within this community to fight for reducing the stigma and fighting for whatever that means for you. A special thank you for all the volunteers tonight, for everyone that stepped up. Special thanks to Floral Dreams for donating the flowers tonight. And thank you for the families coming out and continuing to be so vulnerable with their stories. At this time, I welcome anyone that can to stand and raise your candles as we sing, as a community, a special rendition of Hallelujah.
This is a modified version of the Hallelujah. I wrote this 3 years ago when I lost my nephew Justin Lucchese to opiate addiction. His mom wanted to hear a version of that at the church, at the Mass of the Hallelujah. That was her favorite song. So we had to do it in a little different way. So this goes out to Justin Lucchese. They're part of justinsvoice.org. That is all part of the opiate awareness that we're all bonding together to try to help. So though the verses are different, the chorus, the most important part, is the same. And please sing along, and everybody will sing along as well. We stand together here as one, the battle that we have begun. We'll let the whole world know we are ready to take this fight up for our sons, our daughters, and then everyone can take comfort in a spoken hallelujah. Hallelujah. We never understood their pain. We'd never had to play that game of life and death and searching for an answer to satisfy their constant hell, to break out of the devil's spell that never knew the peace of hallelujah. 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 With love we stand by candlelight. There is no wrong and there is no right. There's only hope and faith and compassion. And maybe there will come a day when all the sorrow goes away and tears of joy will be singing hallelujah. 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 And so we go into the night and wake up in the morning light with a mission to go on and do better. And those who are waiting in the wings, from peasants to the richest kings, will join in and will sing it hallelujah. 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 Thank you for coming out tonight. God bless you all.
Thank you.